really too bad. It's just 3 trips, and usually never a problem. So anyhow, we're gonna get going and then she'll come along. So let's get it. Drop off. We should be there in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. We're just gonna drop it and go. The hay trailer makes it real nice since it self dumps, that I don't have to worry about meeting anyone or making sure their equipment works or not. I've heard horror stories of people showing up with a flatbed and they might have to wait even up to 2 hours to get unloaded because they get there and the tractor that's supposed to be there doesn't start, or the tractor that's supposed to be there is at a neighbor's house, so they gotta go find it. And then I've heard one story that they've had to back up to something and just pull each bale off. So the self dump, you're limited to how many bales can fit in a rack, but with a flatbed, you're at the mercy of what's on the other end of the route. So try to get along with everyone on the road. But anyhow, there might be a different hay trailer in the future, you know, down the road a little bit. My son, who's a bit of a extremist, he wants me to get the biggest, baddest hay trailers he can find on the internet, and I don't know, I just gotta take baby steps right now. This is a 14 bale. My dad modified it, just beefed it up a whole lot. We put more I-beam underneath it. We put some braces in the sides. We just made the trailer, he made the trailer a lot more rigid. And you know, we've always liked the trailer, it's just had too much flex to it. And so anyhow, after he didn't work, and we put it back down and tried it out, and it works great. Fully loaded, it sits nice and level, it doesn't dip, it doesn't sway like it used to. So I mean, it was bad enough that it was on this road right here. They have what I call it hog wallows. When I got to the end of another guy's route, and this has been years and years and years ago, but when I got there, it one bale was missing. So I kind of freaked out, and got out of there as quick as I could, and I left there to go see if I could find this other hay bale that fell off. I was afraid it might have fell in the road, and or worse yet, there was someone behind me and it fell down and ran into it. So anyway, about, I don't know, 10 miles down the road, I finally found it, and it had fell off the trailer and it slid into the ditch. So it didn't mess up anyone's fences, didn't mess up anyone's vehicle. It pretty much went the best place it could have went. And so I told that guy, I said, look, I'm not even gonna just, if you want it, you can have it, but I'm not gonna go get it. It was a pretty good ways off from the hayfield, and to load a tractor up, to go all the way up there to get it, it just didn't seem worth it to me. So I just let it be. He did go get his tractor to go get it, and he drove by it earlier on his way home from work, saw it, went and got his tractor, and when he got there with the tractor, it was gone. So someone else apparently needed it worse than he did. So that year it was real crazy. It was a drought, and you couldn't move hay fast enough. I mean, it was crazy. So anyhow, I'm gonna go dump this hay right quick. All right, just like that, we're ready to go back. I can actually go faster than that. It's just took my time. I was looking at the axles, making sure that the oil was good in them. That's the only thing I think we plan on doing. I don't know, we talked about putting a third axle underneath it this winter, under the hay trailer, just to put more rubber on the ground. But we might do that, I'm not sure yet. But another thing I think we're definitely going to do is, right now the axles on this hay trailer are oil bath hubs, and I think we're going to change that out and put grease in them. So that way you don't have to worry so much about the rear seat, the inside, the inner seal leaking, and when it leaks, then it gets on your brakes, and then your brakes don't want to work. So ever since I've had this trailer, the brakes have just been kind of not very good. It's kind of, you can barely feel it. When it's empty, it does a little better, but I've done it myself. I've taken it places to get the brakes done, adjusted, and it'll work good for just a little bit, but after you haul a little bit with it, then they get shot. And I don't think it's so much that it's too much weight for the brakes as much as it is that that inner seal starts to leak, and so it gets on the brakes, and then your brakes are no longer good. There's no friction. So I think we're going to change that to grease, I believe. We'll see how that goes. But anyhow, we're going to head on back now and pick up our last load. It's going to be going a little first load, and this third load that I'm fixing to go pick up, that went a bit further than this one. But just I'm trying to time it where I'm getting out of the plant at the right time to avoid traffic. So I'm hoping with the way I got it going now, when I get there, the plant traffic will be pretty light, and then I can get in, load up, get out before the afternoon shift comes in. So the traffic gets pretty crazy whenever if you get stuck in it. It's like I said, people are nuts. So anyhow, all right, so we're heading back. We dropped the load, and there was no one there, so it was just a matter of getting out of the truck, crank on the jack about 20 times, and then we hit the road. Now we're heading back to get our third load. That'll be it for today. The first load and this third load are further away than the second one. The reason why I went to the closer spot, second, is because I'm trying to time it. So when I'm getting near where the hay is at, the traffic can get really bad. So I'm trying to time it to where I get in and out between times that are bad traffic. So anyway, hopefully it'll work. But anyhow, this morning I went over to my grandparents' house and I did some spray trying to kill some weesach and any kind of broadleaf weed that was trying to climb up the fence lines and a couple other stuff. But anyhow, I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. Hoping to see some signs of the chemical working in about 2 days, maybe 3. But we'll see what happens. My grandfather had passed away, and one of the things he always said was he wanted me to spray the weesach in this one pasture, so I was able to do that, get it done. So yeah, so I feel pretty good about that. It's been a good day. It was a late start. Got to sleep in a little bit. I got to sleep in until 8. Went over to my grandparents, did some spray, got home, spent some time with the kids. They both wanted to stay at home today. They didn't want to ride with me, which is fine. And so they stayed home, went out to the hay field, hooked up the hay trailer, and got started. So these trips, 2 of the 3 trips today were, 2 of the 3 trips are a little further than the one, but overall it's not terrible. So I wasn't too worried about being able to finish it. I knew I'd be able to. So anyhow, tomorrow I'm going to start on the big orders and try to get those knocked out. I'm going to have to do part of it now and then part on the after I do my second cutting. They wanted 350 bales, so a lot of people were calling that wanted, about 70 bales or less, so I took care of them. And so I'm going to finish what's left of first cutting with this other customer that wants the 350. And then when second cutting comes, I'll finish them up. And then I got another customer that wants another 300 bales. So second cutting will go to all of that. So anyhow, but yeah, it's been a crazy year. A lot of hay producers are having issues with their equipment simply due to the fact that since it rained so much, we weren't able to get to the field like we normally do, and so the grass is quite a bit thicker than what it typically is, and a lot more people are having breakdowns and other issues that they don't typically have. I know this year's been trying for me. I know I said earlier all the issues I've had, so I know if it was like that every year, I would definitely question the worth of doing all this. I mean, yeah, you're still gonna make a little bit of money, but as much time as it takes to keep everything going, I mean, it was insane this year. So like my wife said, if this year's bad, next year will be good. You couldn't have a good year without the bad years. So there's some insight for you. And like my grandpa would always tell me, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So anyhow, a lot of people, they're able to see that I make money hauling hay and baling hay, producing hay. Also have the custom hay baling, side of it too, which that's just barely starting off. But they see the good part of it, the income and the money and everything else. But it takes some work, and it takes some sacrifice, and there's a lot more to it than just seeing some bales out in the pasture. It takes a lot. You got to put a lot into it. Your weed management, your fertilizer, all your equipment. I mean, things break down, and they break down at the worst times. So this year it was been a crazy year because I got COVID, and I don't know if it was the Delta, whatever, but it hit me pretty hard. I got double pneumonia from it, and it really put me down. It really sent me back. I lost a lot of strength, and couldn't. It was all I could do just to. Honestly, it was all I could do just to breathe. That's how bad it got for about one or 2 days. I mean, there was one morning that I woke up and I couldn't hardly breathe. I was making everything right with God. So I mean, I know the whole vaccine thing. Some people are for it, some are against it. I'm pretty much in the neutral area. I don't have it, but as soon as my time is up, since I had COVID, I gotta wait till the antibodies go down so I can get the shot. Otherwise, it might have a reaction. So as soon as I get mine, I'm gonna get my shot. I believe my wife is the same way. So, anyways, I stand on at the point of view. My point of view is, if you want to get it, good. If you don't want to get it, good. I mean, it's your choice. Just do what you want to do. I don't feel like it should be mandated, but I ain't trying to get political here. So, anyhow, back to what I was originally getting at was I had COVID and I was down, and I already had a lot of hay cut, and I needed more hay cut. So luckily my dad, he brought his tractors and all his equipment down there, and he did a lot of baling and raking, and he brought his own tractors because we weren't exactly sure how long I had the COVID. And so the tractor that I baled with, I had bid in, so he didn't want to get in that. So instead of just bringing his baler and using my tractor, he just brought all his equipment. And so that took some time, took some effort, and all these things don't run on hopes and dreams. So he came down, he baled it, and then some friends of ours, Mark and Tina, Mark came down and kind of showed him how to, but I didn't show him. I just had to tell him over the phone how to do it because I actually had the COVID at the time. And so it was hard just to give him instructions on how to do everything without having to cough everything up. But anyway, he got started on it, and he cut so much, and by the time he was ready to bail, I was able to test negative, and so I was able to get back in my tractor and rake and bale. And that's when I had problems with the rake I use is called a flex rake, and I think the hay was actually too thick to even think about using that rake. So, but anyway, for some reason the baler wasn't getting the signal, and so it wasn't wrapping bales like it's supposed to. So anyhow, I ended up pulling the rake off, and I just raked everything. And then my dad he bought his tractor and baler back up there again, and after I got done raking, I said, I'll just try it and see what happens. So I put the baler directly to the tractor, and it worked just fine. Well, that's how we found out that it was a wiring issue on the rake. So I haven't addressed that issue yet. I've been pretty busy playing catch up, but anyhow, I gotta get that situated, and then I can use the rake like you're supposed to again. So this traffic you're seeing, it's usually very, very dead on this highway. I mean, you'll run into some traffic, but this is a little bit of a wave I was telling you about earlier, trying to time it. So hopefully by the time I get into where I'm going, load up, all this will be done, and since this is my third load, I won't be coming back here today, but there will be another wave coming around 7 to 8 o'clock p.m., or I guess technically 7:15 to 7:45. It gets pretty crazy. There's the ships clock in and out at 7:30, so about 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after, it looks like a NASCAR race out here. Everyone trying to pass someone else, and it can be pretty dangerous at times. I don't care to be around it, so I try to time it where I'm not. But anyhow. Okay, well, we got the third load loaded up. We are heading out. Going to take this up there, drop it off, and it might be dark before we get home, but we're gonna see what we can do. But anyhow, everything went smooth. Tomorrow we're gonna have to haul some loads to almost Cuero, which is a pretty good drive. So I'm gonna try to get an early start. And anyhow, this is part of the hay season that these videos might get kind of repetitious. We're going to do a lot of hauling. But anyhow, but if you're hauling, it means you're moving hay. If you're moving hay, it means you're making money. So that's what we got to do. About halfway there, and I decided to go ahead and pull over, and my fuel started getting into the red, so I wasn't sure how much was in my auxiliary tank, so I was like, well, let me go ahead and just figure it out. Well, there was enough actually to top off the truck, so the truck is topped off, and I don't know, we got about another 20 minutes left of driving before we get to the location, and knock on wood, it's all doing pretty good. It's a beautiful country back here. It's every time I drive down this road, I think about the bale of hay that fell off the trailer. It's crazy that happened. I'm just glad it happened on a road like this and not a busy highway. But I wish I could have drove up on the guy that was getting it with his tractor or whatever he was using. It'd be kind of funny to see what he had to say about it. But anyhow, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna haul. I forgot how far it is, but it's gonna take a total of like 25 loads to get them their order. I think I have enough to do about 15, so I'm just going to hit their order and finish all the hay that's on my first cutting, and then maybe they'll hopefully, well not hopefully, I'm going to ask them to write me a check for that, because it might be another 2 months or so before I start hauling to them. So anyhow, that's the only problem with these roads like this. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it has those hog wallows like I talk about. It's like dips in the road. It's like the road is settling real bad, and like right here you see it all on that edge over there. It's just probably like 6 inches to a foot lower than what's right here in the middle of the road. And so, I mean, and it's not like a bad drop off, but it is when you're carrying a load. And so, you know, before we modify this hay trailer, it flexed so much. And one of the things that I never understood was they never put a bar on the back of the rack. So when you push the bale of hay on, push it on. Well, sometimes you'll get hay that's so tight that you don't want to let off the spear. So then you're kind of like, well, you got to take the bale back off and try to get it out, and then only put it partially in, and then set it back on the trailer just enough where you can bump what you were on earlier, and that way you can get out of it. But after what happened with that bale falling off, I took some 2-inch ratchet straps, and I made like a temporary bar that I really didn't use it much to pull the hay off the spike, but there was times when that hay would be against those straps, so I knew they were working. They were doing what they were supposed to do. But then that winter, when we modified the trailer, we went ahead and put actual like a 2x2 square tubing on it. So now, even when the hay is stuck on the hay spike that's so tight, I can just go back and it'll eventually, hit against that bar, and then the spike will pull out. And then, as long as it's not the last bale, I just leave it there, and the next one will push up more. So, anyway. Well, we dropped off the last load, and we are heading home. Usually I try to top my truck off and put a little in my auxiliary tank, so that way tomorrow I'm in pretty good shape. But between here and my house, there's just a few gas stations, and since they're kind of where they are, where there's no one else around, they kind of charge a little higher than they in other places do. So I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow, and I got a full tank now, so it'll get me to Victoria. It'll get me to the drop off, then I'll top everything off in Victoria when I'm empty. So anyhow, we did our 3 loads today. Had no problems. I'm gonna send the guy the bill, and then he'll get with my dad. It's his hay that I'm hauling today. Tomorrow I'll start my own. So anyhow, just gonna let you know what's been going on. We yesterday was my birthday, so it was a good day. It's always special, you know. My wife Bree, she goes above and beyond to make sure it's a special day for me. So shout out to her. Bree, I love you. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you for making it always a special day on my birthday. So anyhow, let's see, what was it? Saturday we left, and we went to go visit my oldest daughter in Nacogdoches. Her name's Grace, and she's a part of the Stephen F. Austin band. So we went up there. This time we went before, but we never had the kids with us, so we took Emma and Liam with me. Clayton wasn't there with us, and so anyway, we went up there and watched the game, and every time we went so far, it's been a blowout where they just really they win. So they beat the heck out of the opponent. So I think Saturday it was Mississippi Valley or something. But anyway, it was a really good game. Great plays. I mean, it was exciting. Halftime show was awesome. They had a pregame and a postgame show where they had the flags and the baton. You know, people go out there and do their routine, and the band just kind of played in the stands, and man, they sounded so good. Their show this year for the football games, I didn't realize they have like 2 or 3 different shows, and so the one for the football games, it's not really like they're not going to use it for a contest, and so it's like a karaoke theme where they have like 3 different like songs that everyone knows, and they sounded just so good, and people were singing along with it. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. We're going back in October again to watch another one. I think it's the only one that I can go to the rest of this year that I'm off, so I don't want to miss it. So plus it's somewhat close to Grace's birthday, so it's gonna be like a birthday celebration for us. So anyhow, but yeah, we had a great time. It's about a 4.5 hour drive, depending on pit stops. So we had no problems. We went all the way up there, and after it was done, it was about, I'm not sure, maybe midnight or something. We drove back about an hour and a half to on the way back home, and got a hotel room that I reserved, and it was real nice. Kids thought it was pretty nice, and we were able to sleep in that next morning, which was my birthday. And from there we went to we had some good old IHOP, and then my wife took us to at lunch we went to the Cheesecake Factory, and that's always good. You can't go wrong with Cheesecake Factory. Next year my wife and I are going to go there again. It'll be 10 years from next year, my birthday. So when I turn 42, we're going to go there, and it had been 10 years ago that she took me there for the first time. She wants to just kind of do like a little, do the same thing, same everything, and I think that's really awesome. But anyhow, at Cheesecake Factory, then we came home, rested, played with the kids. She gave me my birthday gift. She already gave me a birthday gift earlier, so I was kind of shocked that I even got anything at all, which is really awesome. I knew she'd give me something. That's just how she is. Anyhow, and after that, we just stayed at the house and just chilled all the rest of the day. She cooked me a good supper, and went to bed kind of early. So anyhow, it was a really good weekend, good trip. Can't wait to do it again. I'm hoping next time. I'm hoping we can get. We're making where Clayton can come, so I know he'll enjoy it. So that way we have the whole 6-pack together again. Anyhow, but yeah. So for now we're heading home. I'm going to service the trailer, check all the oil in the hubs, just kind of run through everything, look it all over. Not a whole lot to do, mostly on the truck, the trailer. Just check all the fluid levels. I'll do that again. Actually, I might just do that in the morning because the truck will be warm. So I'd rather just wait in the morning and do it. And anyhow, that's probably when I do all of my pre-trip inspection. If I was, actual CDL and doing this for a living, which would be awesome. But anyhow, tomorrow I'm hoping to get 4 loads hauled to Cuero. It's a pretty good trip, so I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze that 4th one in or not. If I don't, then that's okay. I'll just do 3 a day. If I can't get the 4th one squeezed in, then I know I can start my first load a little later in the day. That way it's not such a long day. So if I can get 4, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. If I can't, I'll just take my time and just comfortably do 3 loads a day. So video, and let me know if you like, instead of me just having it on time lapse with music, me talking a little bit here and there. Let me know if you like that or not. Because I mean, if you don't like it, I'll definitely stop doing it. Go back to just time lapse and music. But if you do like it, I'll just try to do it more. I know there's a few other YouTubers out there that they kind of tell you what's been going on while they're driving, and I know I kind of like listening to what he has going on. So anyhow, let me know what you think, and also if you would hit that like and subscribe button, hit the little notification bells, and share it. Appreciate all the support. I know it's been a while since my last video, and again, I'm sorry. It's just, this has been one heck of a year. So hopefully, I got a lot of hauling to do, so I'll probably have quite a few hauling videos. Today I was hauling out of a place where I can't really take videos, so I was kind of limited to what I could show. So tomorrow will be a better day. Video wise, I can take more video of of loading and dumping and all that good stuff. So anyhow, we'll let y'all go, and we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.